How you guys doing? It's Mike here from Epic Tech 360. Today we're going to be doing a video on how to create a simple bucket server. This is probably going to be the easiest way on YouTube on how to do it. The only reason why I'm saying that is because one, I've been running servers for 2 years. I have my own server hosting business and I know what I'm talking about. So basically the first thing you want to do is create a new folder. I'm actually going to have this folder right here, new bucket, on my website for download, which will all be in the description for links and whatnot. Whatever else you're going to need is all going to be in the description. So you're going to have this folder for download. Now when you're going to open up this folder, you're going to see all this stuff right here. Now the first thing I want you guys to do is if you have a 32-bit computer, then this folder is going to be set. You might have to just actually fiddle around just a little bit with some of this right in here, but you probably most likely won't, because right here you have, so basically what I'm trying to say is if you have a 64-bit computer, this will work. You're just gonna have to change around with the .bat, but I will have all of that in the description. If you do have to change anything, everything will be in the description. So actually right here, believe it or not, you can actually change how much RAM you're going to be being used. Actually, this is actually the 64-bit right here. I'm sorry. You won't actually have to change anything. So everything's all set. This is where you change your amount of RAM dedicated. So right now this is 2 gigs and this is 1 gig. The default is usually going to be 1 gig. So now that you have everything all set, this folder will be already all set. Now this is literally this is like other people on YouTube usually have like downloads for like all this other stuff in there, like how to do stuff. This is exactly what you need. Believe me, this is the plainest it gets. So first thing I want you to do is, since there's really nothing for me to further explain on how to set everything up, I'm just going to show you a few things about port forwarding. Server port, this server port was 25515. To port forward, it's quite easy. The first thing I want you guys to do is open up CMD command prompt. Now this is 2003 server edition, but if you guys are running Windows 7, what I'll actually do is, since I know most people are, I'm going to switch out of that, go to CMD right here, and then what I'm going to do is type in ipconfig. Now that we have ipconfig right here, what we're going to do is, so you have your default gate, which is 192.168.1.1, which is that's most default for routers. Sometimes it is 10.0.0.1, but usually the default is 192.168.1.1. Now you also see my IPv4 address, which is my local IPv4 address. Sorry, it's right here, 192.168.1.6. Now how I got that to stay, because if you don't have that staying, it sometimes recently changes or could change. It's likely sometimes to change. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it to a static. So to do this, we're going to hit properties. If you're running wireless, which is fine, we'll say wireless connection somewhere in here. If you're running directly connected local area connection, right click properties, IPv4 right here, properties again right here, and then use the following IP address. It will be on attain, but you're going to want to hit use the following. So I'm going to type in 192.168.1 and then .6. You can also do the same. It doesn't really matter what this last number is. Just leave it in the range of 1 to 10. Subnet mask, you just have to click on the first right here and it will automatically actually do it for you. Now the default gateway, which we have right here, we're going to type that in. Right there, and then use the following DNS server address. You honestly don't have to do this right here, but you can also do it if you'd like, which is 8.8.8.8. What this actually is Google's DNS. It's supposed to help your speeds. So alternate DNS server is 8.8.4.4. You're gonna hit OK, hit yes. Now what's gonna happen is it's gonna freeze up. Not really freeze up, but you're gonna have to. You might lose connection for a second, which is fine. Let's see. Already signed. Okay. So what we're actually gonna do is we're actually gonna change this to 5, which is fine. You guys actually don't have to do that. Now we're all set. So we're gonna hit close. It's possible that it could search for it might say Windows is searching for errors, but don't worry about that, believe me. So now that we actually have that, what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna do it for my sake. I'm just going to type in IP config again. It should update. Well, actually, will update. As you guys see now, it's a 5. So that's just perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Google Chrome. Bring that over. 192.168.1.1. What you guys are actually doing right now is entering a default gateway. So it's going to ask you, it's going to prompt you actually to use a username and password. If you have a Netgear router, the default username is admin. The password is password. Now if you guys are using Linksys, it's admin and admin. Honestly, you can just look it up. If you're using Motorola, it's like it's admin and then the password is Motorola. Port forwarding, port triggering. Netgear is probably the easiest way to do it, but it's alright if you don't have a Netgear. If you're having a Linksys, it will say applications and gaming. Just do exactly what I'm doing. Hit add custom service and name this default Minecraft number 1. Now do starting port is 25565. But as you guys may know, this one right here was 25515. So if you have this, let's say we're going to change this to 25565. So whatever this number is in here, it has to be 25565. I'm going to default it for you guys to 25565 because that's the default port. So you guys want to do this 25565 and then do .5 right here. Well, whatever you set your IPv4 address to, the static IP that we just set. And then hit apply. I'm not going to do it only because I don't need to do it. I already have it all set up. Remote desktop, which is just my server right here, my server computer right here. Now basically we're all set. So believe it or not, we're just going to start it up. I might get an error only because I am running on this port already. Yeah, see how it just says failed to bind port, which is fine. I am already running a server on that port, so don't be scared. This will work for you guys, I promise. So basically that's it. Right here you have all your ops. This was actually already a set up server, so I'm gonna just clear all this for you. But yeah, that's basically everything you need to do. And to access your physical server, what you guys are gonna do is launch here. We're gonna launch Google Chrome here, and we're gonna type in IP chicken. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm not gonna actually click on it because I just don't want you guys having my IP. But IP chicken right here, click on that right here, and it's gonna pop up with the numbers. Copy and paste that number, and then open up Minecraft, log in. Now, as you guys know, 1.4.2 actually just came out. The craft bucket is not updated for it yet, so I'm not gonna actually upload this video until this is actually out. That way, you guys just have a fresh craft bucket. Craft bucket is what keeps the jar. It's a jar file. It keeps the server with all the. Basically, it needs it to run. So as you guys see, all the servers are actually up. It just needs 1.3 to join. But you'd actually hit add server and then just call it my server, and then just put in that whatever that IP chicken gave you number. Just type it in exactly, and you guys will have no issue joining. If you guys have an issue, I would be more than happy to help. All you guys have to do is PM me, comment on the video. I respond very vastly. Alright guys, that is going to wrap it up for today. Thank you.